Welcome to the Deep Dive, brought to you today by RWG Publishing.
Great to be here.
We are diving deep into a really inspiring and practical guide today. It's called Your Book, Your Voice, a guide to writing and publishing by Bill Vincent.
Yeah, it's quite the resource.
Definitely. And our mission, really, with this deep dive is to pull out the most important nuggets of knowledge, those key insights from this guide.
Sort of a shortcut, right?
Exactly. Shortcut to understanding the whole writing and publishing journey. So if you've ever, felt that pull to share your voice, your story, this one's for you.
And what's great, I think, right from the start is how Vincent sets it apart. He says it's not one of those impenetrable scholarly examinations.
Right, or the hipster-proused, arrogantly navel-gazing one. I like that description.
Me too.
Yeah.
It's not a dry textbook. Instead, it really grounds everything in this powerful idea. Your book is your voice, and your voice is expressed in your book.
That feels very personal, empowering almost.
It really is. It makes authorship feel like an extension of who you are, not just some technical skill.
Yeah, I found that really shifts the perspective, Makes the whole thing feel less daunting. It's more about expressing yourself than just jumping through hoops. And then he introduces this core concept straight away, that writing and publishing are opposite sides of the same coin.
Which is such a neat way to put it, because they really are distinct but totally connected.
How does he break that down?
Well, writing, that's the art. He frames it as, often solitary, creative, sometimes just pours out of you, almost unstoppable. It's that spark.
The creative impulse, the why.
Exactly, that unfathomable internal force. And then the flip side is publishing. That's the science.
Okay, science meaning?
Meaning the business side. Distribution, marketing, getting the editing right, production, having a solid digital presence.
Right, and things like inventory data, metadata, all that stuff that maybe isn't glamorous but is crucial.
Absolutely. Metadata, like keywords and categories, helps people actually find your book online. It's about taking that art and having a clear plan to get it out into the world.
So you really need both halves, the art and the science working together.
You do. And Vincent argues this unified view helps answer those big questions that stop people before they start, like, how do I even begin writing? Or, do I really need an agent?
It gives you a map, basically, acknowledging both the creative journey and the business realities. Okay, let's unpack this a bit more. Part I in the book is getting started, and finding your voice is obviously key.
It is, and he's realistic about it. He says it can take years, that it's a lifelong learning process. You have to be patient.
It evolves with you, right?
Exactly. But he also stresses that everyone has a unique voice, even if you haven't quite found it or recognized it yet.
Uses that party analogy, which I thought was brilliant.
Oh, yeah, the person holding court, whose voice just grabs you.
Even if, flocks of lobotomized canaries could be plummeting to earth.
Slate chuckle. Yeah, something like that. It just shows how a truly authentic voice cuts through anything. It resonates.
It's memorable. And it's the opposite of trying to fake it, like his example of trying to sound like Jonathan Winters with a lisp.
Right. Don't try to be someone else. Your voice is that unique mix. Tone, style, rhythm, word choice. It's what makes someone read a page and go, that sounds like Grisham or King or whoever.
Your literary fingerprint.
Perfect way to put it.
So once you start tuning into that voice, the next step is figuring out your audience.
Yeah, and he suggests looking inward first. Ask yourself, what do you love, cherish, hate? What really matters to you?
Because those personal things, they shape how you connect with readers.
Exactly. Your passions, your beliefs, they become the bridge. He even says, close your eyes and picture them. Are they young, old, bored on their commute? What do they dream about?
Trying to really visualize who you're talking to.
Because bringing your world and their world together, that can have, as he puts it, remarkable effects on both sides. It's about building a real connection.
And understanding that audience helps you set clear goals for the book, right?
Absolutely crucial. He asks these key questions. What will readers gain from your book? What will they be able to do with that knowledge afterwards?
So it's not just about entertaining or informing in general terms.
No, you need specific goals. And you need to ask yourself honestly, can I, the author, actually deliver on this? Do I need to learn more myself?
It's about being realistic about your own capabilities too. Makes sense.
Okay, moving into the actual writing process. There is a really empowering message here.
Which is?
That anyone can write a book. He calls writing crucial to the human experience, even an expression of power. It's about pushing past that initial discomfort.
I like that. Don't let the blank page intimidate you. So, practically speaking, where does he suggest starting?
With an outline, he really emphasizes organizing your thoughts before you dive in.
Why is that so important?
To avoid writing yourself into a corner, he mentions preventing those ends of chapters or sections that end up being cut in half,
Right.
hitting a structural dead end.
Okay, so planning prevents frustration later. What should go in that outline?
He suggests more than just bullet points. Things like working titles, chapter summaries, key elements you want to include, even specific learning goals for the reader, especially for nonfiction.
So it's quite detailed? Almost like a blueprint for the reader's journey.
Pretty much. Then comes drafting and revising. His advice here is really practical.
How so?
Focus the first draft just on getting the content down. Don't obsess over perfect style or getting every citation in place immediately.
Oh, that's helpful. Perfectionism can really stall people.
Totally. He even suggests just making notes in the margin for citations you need to add later. Just get the ideas flowing.
And break it down.
Yeah, draft in small, manageable chunks. Use your chapter outlines. He even mentions using flashcards to organize bits of text or evidence, whatever works to keep it feeling manageable.
Okay, and what about feedback? That seems like a tricky area, especially for a book.
It is. He points out that feedback for a book is different from, say, academic feedback on a journal article because it's often much more personal.
Right, you're putting more of yourself out there.
So how do you handle it? He suggests a few things. One, give out chapters as separate modules for critique.
Okay, makes sense?
2, be specific about the kind of feedback you want from each reader. Don't just ask, what did you think?
Target the feedback.
Exactly. And 3, decide how you'll process it. Maybe integrate suggestions freely, maybe gather it all and look for patterns, maybe only share with a few trusted peers initially.
And he also warns that sometimes feedback might be off.
Yeah, he acknowledges it can sometimes be misguided or inaccurate, precisely because the writing is so personal. You still need to trust your own vision.
That's really important to remember. Okay, so we've covered getting the manuscript drafted, revised, getting feedback. That's a massive part of the journey.
It really is.
And if you're listening and feeling inspired to tackle these steps, or you just want way more detail on all this, Bill Vincent's book, Your Book, Your Voice, A Guide to Writing and Publishing, is definitely the place to go. It's packed with this kind of practical advice.
Absolutely.
You can find the link to grab it on Amazon right in our show notes. Definitely check it out.
So after the writing comes the publishing world, part 3.
Right. And that big question, agent or editor, which one matters more?
And Vincent's answer is, well, it depends. Depends on your situation, the quality of your work. No easy answer.
He does talk about the traditional role of agents, though.
Oh, yeah. How they historically acted as gatekeepers for the big publishing houses, sorting through submissions, presenting editors with a short list.
And that sending things in unsolicited often doesn't work well with the big guys.
Often gets a cold response, as he puts it. He mentions huge names like Danielle Steele and Stephen King, who have agents showing that traditional route still has power.
But then he contrasts that with self-publishing.
Big time. He lays out the traditional path. Author submits, publisher approves, publisher handles editing, design, marketing, gives in advance, takes royalties, kind of owns the knowledge. Feedback is often just about the content edits.
Okay. And self-publishing.
Totally different dynamic. The author takes on the responsibility, yes, but you bypass the gatekeepers. You control the timeline, the launch.
And you connect directly with readers.
Directly. Build relationships, get all the financial rewards, see all the data. It's about control and connection.
Does he lean one way?
Oh, he's upfront about it. He says, we are biased towards self-publishing. We think it's the best avenue for the 21st century author.
Wow. That's a strong stance.
It is. He argues authors today have the tools to reach audiences directly. And he really pushes back against the old idea that self-publishing is just a last resort.
Interesting. It really challenges those old assumptions. So if you do go that route, or even traditional, what about the actual submission process?
He gets practical, especially for self-publishing.
Yeah.
You need your manuscript file, usually a Word doc, an author questionnaire, a signed agreement, and your cover design image.
Standard stuff.
Pretty much. He suggests emailing them to your contact person for speed, but crucially, always keep your own copies of everything.
Rule number 1, back everything up.
Face.
Okay, let's shift gears to part 4. Building your author platform. This gets into the connection between your values and your voice.
Yeah, this is fascinating. He argues your personal core values like, are you a risk taker? Do you value humor, honesty? They directly shape your writing style and the feel of your message.
So who you are affects how you write.
Deeply. He says the more your personal values and artistic values align, the stronger your artistic voice becomes. It builds that bridge between you and your readers.
That makes sense. People connect with authenticity. And a big part of platform is the website, right?
Absolutely essential today, he argues. It's your online home base for readers, potential clients, everyone.
But people worry about cost and complexity.
He tackles that head on, says you can make it simple or fancy, and hosting can be as cheap as $5 a month, maybe even with a free design tool.
So it doesn't have to be a huge barrier.
Not at all. The point is, it should work for you, not be another chore. Great for email lists, engaging readers.
And then social media.
He calls that the fruits of an author's platform labor, meaning it comes after you've built the foundation, like the website.
And he offers a caution.
Yeah, don't be overzealous or too anonymous too early. Effective use takes time and strategy. He mentions Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, but admits the best practices are always changing. It eludes us, as he says.
It's a moving target. Now, engaging with readers, this part was really interesting. He says, tell them why you made certain choices.
Yeah, insights into characters, places, details. Readers love that behind-the-scenes stuff.
This is key. Don't limit their interpretation.
Exactly. Readers need mental space to make the story their own. Don't dictate what it means.
And his other big tip for reader interaction.
Forget about you, your book, and your writing, which sounds counterintuitive, right?
A little bit, yeah.
But his point is, readers are mostly drawn to the story, the plot, the characters, the conflict, not necessarily the author's process. So ask about their thoughts, their experience of the story. Make it about them.
That's a great perspective shift. Okay, Part V, marketing and promotion. The hard truth first.
Books don't sell themselves. Simple as that. And marketing isn't an afterthought. It starts months, even years before publication.
And requires serious effort.
Just as much effort as the writing itself, he says. If you want sales or impact, he lists ideas, speeches, promoting ebooks, social media, guest blogging. It's ongoing work.
So you need a plan, a long-term plan.
Definitely. Define your readership broad or niche. Tailor your strategy. Recognize it's an investment. And crucially, you must sell yourself as well as your book.
How do you do that?
Profile your readers, figure out what media they consume, and craft an interesting and attractive text to persuade them. For niche books, focused niche marketing is usually best.
Makes sense. Target your efforts. Then comes the book launch.
Which is exciting, all that work coming together. His advice here is make it unique. Customized to you, your message, your audience.
Think outside the box.
Maybe creative, yeah. Not just a standard party. And book signings? Still relevant. Surprisingly effective, he argues, even now. There's that sheer fascination of meeting the person behind the words.
The personal connection.
Exactly. It drives sales, both current and future books, creates that pull because of the personal touch, the signature. Lectures and classes offer that too.
Okay, final section. Part 6. Sustaining your writing career. What's key here?
Creative networking. He calls it the highest common denominator for opportunities. It's about collaboration and relationships.
And he suggests helping other authors.
Yeah, participating in creating their books. It builds skills, perspective, maybe eases your own writing frustrations.
Interesting idea. What about balancing writing with, well, life?
His advice is practical. Assume you won't have enough time, then actively rearrange your current schedule.
Meaning sacrifices.
Probably. Giving up TV, bundling chores, getting up early, staying up late, creating a writing retreat space. You have to build a structure that works for you.
And writer's block. Or rejection.
For block, he suggests maybe a retreat with other writers for structure and stimulus. For rejection, he offers perspective. Reminds us less than 1% of unsolicited manuscripts get picked up traditionally.
So it's normal. Don't take it personally.
Exactly. Even pros face prostration as well as exaltation, he says. Struggle is part of the process.
And finally, keep learning.
Always. In writing, revising, publishing your genre, practice talking about your work, public presentations, become your own best advocate.
Budget for conferences? Join organizations.
All great ways to hone skills and elevate your writing. Keep growing.
Wow. Okay, so wrapping up our deep dive into your book, Your Voice, the main takeaway feels like empowerment, right?
Totally. He wants you to boldly go out and get that book deal or successfully navigate self-publishing, to not get stuck in that I'd love to write, but mindset.
And the core message comes back again. Write your book. Let your voice be heard.
Be authentic. Push your comfort zones. Write what excites you, what you feel compelled to explore. That passion is contagious.
This guide really does offer a fantastic head start and just solid, practical advice for anyone on this journey. So take some time, maybe reflect on what we've discussed, jot down some notes. Your goals might change, and that's okay.
And the final piece of wisdom from the book is maybe the most important. It's never too soon to start thinking about your next book.
Keep the momentum going.
And the simplest advice: write every day, even if it's only a little bit. Recharge those creative batteries. Enjoy the process.
So maybe the thought to leave you with is just that. The author's journey is continuous. It's about that daily practice, finding joy in it, and letting your unique voice find its way out into the world.
Well said. And if you want to dive deeper into all of this, definitely grab your book, Your Voice, A Guide to Writing and Publishing by Bill Vincent. The link to Amazon is right there in our show notes.
It's an invaluable resource. Thank you for listening to the Deep Dive Podcast.